everybody. I'm Kelly Ellers.
I'm Jeffrey Lennon.
And this is Volume Up by the Tees. All right, Jeff, the month is flying. Get a load of this. I was like, somebody was telling me somebody's busy at work, so I couldn't give them more work, which, everybody loves that gal. And I was like, well, it's due on the 12th. And they were like, that's Friday. And I was like, okay. So the months are heating up. The
Yeah,
days
they
are
sure are.
flying.
They're going places. And it's award season already.
Ugh.
Well, I mean, is it? I don't know. This is this weird
Is there
time
a
of year
season for
where
it?
there
I
is,
mean,
and it's usually like January through March, but then
okay.
it starts. I mean, we just had, and we'll get into it, the VMAs. The Emmys are upcoming. And then there's all of these like little smattering of things before the Golden Globes. So anyway, it's here, it's upon us. Which is I think a good enough segue into,
Yeah.
did you even know that the VMAs happened?
No, I mean,
Yeah.
yes, I knew it because a little bit of it was in my feed. I mean, Doja
Yeah.
Cat was everywhere, right?
Obviously eating her lipstick.
I, whoa, I know this is what I wanted to tell you.
Yes.
Look, look at my nails. They are exactly like
They're
Doja Cat.
Doja Cat coated, which we covered on the teas. So I mean, let's be clear. Are you what shade did we use après nail? Actually like Doja?
No,
No.
we
Okay.
didn't.
Okay.
This is Ferrari red.
Okay. All right. Well, we love
It's
that
my
for you.
signature. And speaking of red nails, oh, this is flowing so nicely.
Hmm.
Do you know why I always have red nails, or most recently, or just have been embracing? Do you know the red nail theory?
I've literally never heard of this. I have
Are you
no.
serious?
I don't. What does it entail?
Okay. So, I mean, Vogue even covered this in March of this year. So, it's a social and psychological concept that wearing a red nail increases your attractiveness, confidence, which is most important,
Hmm.
and you receive more attention. Isn't that interesting? Like, I guess it's the shocking color.
I could. I mean,
People are more subconscious. I just cut you off. People are more
no.
subconsciously drawn to red, I guess.
Huh.
Hmm.
I mean, it's like a power color. I could sort of
Yeah.
see where it would be like a jolt of confidence when you're like looking down. I don't know that I would really. I mean, you're making me notice it, but like, do you immediately like you're like, oh, you clock that somebody else has red nails?
Yes.
You do?
That's
Okay.
why you said
Oh,
VMAs, and I was like Doja Cat,
oh,
and I literally
red
looked down at
nails.
my nails, and I was
You're
like,
you also
hot
have like the
damn.
squared tips too.
Hmm.
I mean, you are
I'm just
twinning
in.
with
I'm all
Doja.
in.
I don't red nails. I mean they're a classic. Yeah,
So
okay. All right,
classic.
now
I
I'll
mean,
have
like a
to
red lip too, but
yeah. Now
there's
I'll
a
have to
whole
see.
theory. Now, subconsciously see if you
Yeah, if I clock it more. And now
yeah,
I
clock it.
think like now you've planted the seed. It's like when like you realize that people are pregnant, and you're like, "Oh my God, pregnant people
I
are
like
everywhere."
everybody's
It's the same.
pregnant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same. Now I'm gonna notice about red nails. Wow. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Anything new in your life? I mean, you're speeding towards a deadline, and by deadline, I mean birth arrival.
I mean, that's what I was talking about, pregnancy. No, I mean it's really that, just waiting for baby to come.
Baby.
And for these award shows. I'm Emmys this
One of the
weekend.
same.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, Emmys this weekend, and then it's really it's my last one before I'm on paternity leave, which
Oh
is
my
crazy.
gosh.
So it better be a good
Yes.
one, damn it. We better see some interesting hairstyles. Let's not play it safe, gang. For
Yeah.
all
We
of
have an
our
editor that needs to be editing and writing some
yeah,
good
and I don't want to be
shit.
talking about boring slickbacks.
No, we
Clean
don't.
girl aesthetics.
But because we're gonna get that with Fashion Week in a week. So
I was gonna say, I mean, that's the other thing is like where I'm bummed to not be there this year. I think we said that last podcast. But yeah, no, we're gonna see. We'll talk about trends in a moment. We're gonna get to our celebrity hairstyles of the week. But then you're gonna tell me a little bit about what we can expect to see,
yeah,
maybe, and then we'll
I will.
confirm whether or
I
not we actually see
shall.
any of these things.
Okay.
All right, let's do our celebrity photos of the week. Please follow
Okay.
along with these looks with us going to our Instagram, going to our show notes. Like, let's make it happen, gang. These we've never seen them, so bear with us. The shock is not it's not a bit. It's a real thing. All right, first up, who do we have, Kelly?
I wish I could unsee this. I just this is terrible. This is FK Twigs, and to my shock, it's jarring. Please share what's happening here.
So, I mean, she has been working with this hairstylist. This is, I think, Louis Silvestre,
Oh,
for a while, really sort of pushing the envelope. We've got a braided, sort of spiky look, hair cornrowed back,
mm-hmm.
spiky little braids, and then we've got what looks like a sort of braided headphone situation. Sort of like between an earmuff and a headphone. But because it was for the VMAs, I'm just gonna assume
I
that it
mean,
was
yeah.
headphones, right? Like
Okay, that's
old school
kitschy.
over the, and then the braid coming down. Like it's fun. There's like
It's
the,
it's fun.
yeah, it's this is out there. Look, we were literally just talking about not wanting boring hair. I'm into this. Like especially for the VMAs, which are
Oh,
not terribly relevant in my opinion. I mean, what are
no,
who are
I mean,
they
how
for?
are they
Right.
still around? Like,
Well, and this
do they
year,
still have like the Moon Man?
yes,
Was that
they get the moon,
come
like the whole thing.
on?
I
Like
know
all I
it,
can think
it
of
feels
is
like a
Brittany and
relic.
Justin up
Yes,
there with their
yes.
denim,
In the heyday, but like
the denim
we're
suits.
not in the heyday
We're
anymore. It's
we're far
2025.
we're done with it.
But I feel like FKA Twigs is making it slightly more relevant. I
All
like
right.
we're showing up with an interesting hairstyle. So I'm gonna give it a 10. This is dope.
Wow. I don't think
Yeah.
you've ever given a 10.
No, but I like it.
Wow. I
Also,
don't.
no brows.
No
I
brows, which
don't.
is your
I
total
don't.
jam. You
I
love a no
don't.
brow look.
What is,
I'm gonna
what do
give it
you
like a 3. I think it's a mess. I think that there's way too much going on with the outfit and the
it's
whole
a lot.
look. Like
Yeah, it's a
it's
lot.
much.
It's
But
maximalist.
I
It's
mean, she's
definitely
also maximalist. And
yeah.
I too am in my own way.
Yeah. Yes. 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 It is a little bit, I mean, like the grill too. Like
Hmm.
it's freaky.
All right, let's go
I'm
to
into
the
it.
next one.
Yeah.
Conan
All right.
Gray. Ooh.
Oh, excuse me.
We have, bless you, we have him sort of suited up like a sort of maritime
I can't.
um
I'm so old,
in a
Kelly.
dress. Like I
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
wrong with that, but
It's
it's like
no,
a
no, no.
whole
Yeah.
I don't even know what's going on right now. Like
And the caption is ahoy. Um,
which
which
is
is like, it's maybe
it's
two
so
on the
bad.
nose.
It's too on the nose. And then we've got sort of a little the look of the hair is he's got this sort of sailor hat on. I said maritime. I know.
Yeah. I mean, you did, but it is, isn't it?
Oh,
It's
I think it is.
certainly
I don't think I've ever said that word out loud. Um, okay, so we've
a
got the little
denim
hat.
sailor. Kelly, it's
Yeah.
denim. So speaking of Justin and Brittany,
Mm.
it is a denim
Denim on denim
sailor
on
look.
denim. Okay, and so the hair with the hat, it sort of comes out one side, and there's just a little tendril
Mm.
coiffed right at the top. And most of these photos and videos, he's also saluting.
Yeah, yeah, Conan.
This is too much. This is like a 0. I don't know. It's real bad.
It's just so
Hmm.
yeah, the kiss curl like
Oh, the kiss curl. I love the name of the kiss curl,
you
but
know, I just the millennials get so much shit for being cringe.
and this is top
I think
cringe.
this is like so campy crit. Like it's not even like fun.
It's not. Who in their right mind was like,
Well, I
let's
mean, we
pull
know
this out, right?
we're not gonna drop
Oh,
any
okay.
names. I don't want to.
I mean, the
We
hair is not bad. The
no, the
hair
hair is
isn't
that's
bad.
what I'm
The
saying. The
hair's
hair actually not
it's nice.
terrible.
No, the whole
I
look
don't.
is awful. But the hair,
Yeah.
they're very nice tendrils. So I'm gonna take back my 0. I'm gonna give it a
Yeah, and the
3.
shape is good, and
Shape
like
is
the
good.
overall,
Volume.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it like a 6 or a 7. I just the overall effect, and then knowing that it's denim, and then we've got a fucking hat made out of. Oh, I can't. I like. Yeah, again, like 6 or 7 for me for the hair, but
All
the
right.
look is like a 0.
I'm a
And
3.
lastly,
Oh, Gaga. Here she is in
yes, Gaga, gothy
all her
goodness.
glory, gothy goodness. I don't know about this look either. It's pretty ugh. Was there a
It's
theme for this? Like, was it
so I mean, like she's been riding the. Well, okay, let's back it up for her, and I know a little bit of because she was performing at Madison Square Garden the
okay?
same night that she was at the VMAs. So she left
Oh,
and came back,
wow.
and so like, and she's on
Okay.
her whole shtick. Like Mayhem is the tour right now.
Okay.
It's like
Okay.
very gothy. Like I
This
think it's
makes
of a
sense now.
moment. It's like of a piece. It is very over the top. It is very like old VMA.
Oof.
When again it was relevant. I like it because I appreciate the commitment, unlike the Conan look that we just saw.
But that was also a
Yeah, yeah, committed in the wrong way. Like we should have committed to that bit. I just like for me the flower accessories are maybe
in the
where you lose
hair.
me.
It's
Just
a
like
hydrangea. Like,
yeah, it's a
ugh.
hydrangea, and I think we got some like a rose in the front, and then there's
Yeah,
another
I
one in the
know.
back. But I will say I love the color. I love the micro bang, and I love the bleach brow. So I'm like
Okay.
it's like a 6. It's like a 5 or a 6 for
All
me.
right.
We've seen more interesting stuff from her, I think.
For sure. I'm a
Yeah.
5. I could go
Okay.
either way.
Okay. All right. That's respectable. We can do that. All right. As always, we have this week's top stories that you need to know about. So this is what you and I were just teasing a moment ago.
Yeah.
You told me about this. These are 5 beauty trends that we should expect to see everywhere during Fashion Week, according to the Zoe report. So what are the trends? What do we think we're going to actually see them?
Yeah, we're gonna see them, and
Okay.
I wonder when some of these are gonna creep into my life. As I was looking, I was saying this to myself, and I thought, well, hot damn, I'm wearing balloon pants right now.
Okay, so balloon pants is a trend that
You're
we're going to expect to
shitting me
see.
off. To
Oh.
Fashion Week I go. Okay, balloon pants, retro headscarves, which I love that look. Love.
Mm-hmm.
Gothic lipstick. Maybe Gaga's bringing that whole
Gothy. Yep.
vibe, you know?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Manic Panic Dream Girl. So we're talking about the hair, cotton candy hair,
Mm-hmm.
tangerine. I don't
Mm.
know. Velvet skin. I don't think that's a trend. I think everybody pretty much wants that, right?
Yeah. What is velvet skin though? Velvet?
No,
Do I want my
it's
skin to be
oh no, you're
velvety?
not gonna like this. It's a
Yeah.
no makeup look in lieu of glass skin, which was
Yeah.
Lat's.
I'd rather be like shiny and moisturized than like velvet gives me fluff. Like, do you want to be
You would want to
fluffy?
be shiny?
Well, not shiny,
Oh.
shiny, but like dewy. Like like there's
Mm.
hydration.
Okay.
Velvet
Okay.
does not in my
All
brain.
right.
There's not an association with like hydrated. I
Okay. Well,
just again, just me.
it's the opposite of a glazed donut skin. So there. Fluffy curls, which I am dying for you to bring yours back. Like,
Currently rocking a fluffy-ish curl.
I mean,
I
keep it
yeah,
going.
these trends, these
They're
seem
okay. They're
yeah,
pretty blah.
yeah,
But I think
yeah,
we'll see some headscarves, no
for
doubt.
sure. Yeah,
And
I
we'll
mean,
see the hair
especially
color
Fashion Week.
and the goth lip. Like, we're gonna see it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
And
All right.
you're
Well,
gonna
well,
see me. If you were here, you would see me in balloon pants. I'm
we'll have
so
to
on
confirm
trend. Good
whether or
golly.
not these actually do take place in real
Uh-huh.
life. I think that they
Yes.
probably will.
All right, this week I'm talking with Kelly O'Day and Sarah Lund. Kelly has been a professional in the beauty space for 25 plus years. She currently supports a luxury hair care and color brand from a distribution and salon facing perspective. She travels throughout the Northeast, educating other stylists and colorists while growing salon sales and supporting sales teams. While serving as the North American Director of Education at KEVIN.MURPHY, Sarah specializes in guiding hairdressers and sales teams through enhanced communication, educational learning journeys, and inspirational approaches to the brand. Prior to her current role, she has excelled as a style master for KEVIN.MURPHY, where she led teams of hairdressers nationwide, contributed to global fashion weeks, and cultivated a career in editorial styling. You're going to love this one. All right, Jeff, make sure you subscribe, rate, and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send any questions to volume up at thetease.com.
But before we get to Kelly's interview, let's talk Tease beauty news. First up, we've got an article that is called "The Tease Tours Logan Parlor," because we toured Logan Parlor. Logan Parlor in Chicago's historic Logan Square neighborhood is a beautiful space with hardwood floors, exposed brick walls, and twinkling chandeliers. It's also safe, which means something in 2025. The hand-painted sign hanging above the door says, quote, "Hair has no gender," end quote, and features a giant barber pole reimagined in the Progress Pride flag colors. Inside are little visual reminders that you can let your guard down. Founded by award-winning hairstylist and barber Jamie DeGrazia in 2012, this was always the plan. From day one, DeGrazia implemented a gender-free pricing model long before the idea was anywhere near mainstream. DeGrazia is strident that salons should be affirming spaces, so much so that she founded a 501c3 nonprofit organization, Hair Has No Gender. Its mission is to, quote, "help service providers operate from a place of love, inclusiveness, and acceptance as we celebrate those committed to making a more conscious effort to practice inclusivity," end quote. At Logan Parlor, DeGrazia and team put this into practice with every client. With the recent acquisition of the space next door, Logan Parlor is double the size of its original footprint and features a space to shoot NAHA-nominated collections and community events. The Tease was fortunate enough to spend an afternoon at Logan Parlor this past spring, shadowing the team through consultations and cuts that prioritized clarity and communication and comfort at all times. Head to thetease.com for our conversation with DeGrazia. Don't you want to go? Don't you want an appointment? I mean, I am obsessed with
Honestly,
this space.
yes, I love the space. And I met Jamie at an event in Chicago, and she is absolutely fantastic. And so I love that she is opening up her space, and I love her entire vibe.
Oh, same, same.
All right, next up, Jeff. I'm not sure if you saw it, but I did a little green screen.
Might have seen that.
I'm excited to be part of this campaign. It's called Bellamy We love Bellamy. And highlight artists want you to be full of yourself. Big news from Bellamy, Jeff. The world's #1 hair extension brand is officially teaming up with Highlight Artists, the full-service talent management agency co-founded by lead celebrity hairstylist Jen Atkin and Justine Marjan. What's more, Bellamy is also launching Beautiful Extensions of You, a new global platform that solidifies hair extensions as an authentic expression of beauty that everyone can experience for themselves. The first campaign under the platform, Be Full of Yourself, is designed to redefine the conversation around hair extensions for Bellamy's two most powerful audiences, our pros and their clients, inspiring people everywhere to embrace unapologetic confidence, self-expression, and beauty without compromise. Now with the highlight artist expertise in their powerhouse collective, including Atkin and Marjan, as well as Mitchell Ramazan, Sabrina Porsche, Shelly Gregory, Haley Heckman, and Cien Redu, the brand is taking its mission to the next level. Head to thetease.com to learn more. Jeff, I mean, I love a head of Bellamy hair. Just waving it. Just waving it around.
You are a little bit full of yourself in the best way.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
No,
I find that to be a compliment.
Exactly, as we all
I
should.
kind of do. Like, yeah, why don't you? We all need to love ourselves a little bit more.
Yeah, this campaign is so much fun. And
fun.
Would strongly encourage you guys to go and check this out on thetease.com. Thank you so much to our contributors and our editors for this week's beauty news. There are so many stories like these on thetease.com, so go there, check them out.
Now stay tuned for my interview with Kelly and Sarah.
Kelly O'Day has been a professional in the beauty space for 25 plus years. A passionate hairdresser with a strong knowledge of hair care, hair color, and a passion to share this knowledge. She currently supports a luxury hair care and color brand at the distribution and sales facing areas. She travels throughout the Northeast, educating other stylists and colorists while growing sales and supporting sales teams. Her strengths are always positivity and her true love and passion to share and receive knowledge. She believes her honest and direct approach makes her successful in sales, education, and networking. Sarah Lund is a dedicated hairdresser with over 17 years of experience in education, stylist business, and editorial hairdressing. Currently serving as the North American Director of Education at KEVIN.MURPHY, Sarah specializes in guiding hairdressers and sales teams through enhanced communication, educational learning journeys, and inspirational approaches to the brand. Prior to her current role, Sarah excelled as a style master for KEVIN.MURPHY, where she led teams of hairdressers nationwide, contributed to global fashion weeks, and cultivated a career in editorial hairstyling. Her natural ability to connect with audiences has consistently driven growth and heightened brand affinity within the competitive beauty market. Sarah is deeply passionate about fostering a harmonious blend of business acumen and creativity among hairdressers and herself. She continues to actively contribute to KEVIN.MURPHY campaigns, present on stage, and serves as the official hair director for Paraiso Miami Beach during Miami Swim Week. Sarah also plays a pivotal role in leading and creating content for Session Salon, a specialized business program designed to empower hairdressers, as well as conducting sales trainings and events aimed at fostering deeper connections in salon environments and enhancing brand messaging through the brand podcast and PR events.
Kelly and Sarah, we are here today. We're so excited. We don't usually have two guests on, so this is going to be double the trouble. I mean, there's another Kelly on, so like Kelly and Kelly, when Kelly's mix, what happens? We're going to find out.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to kick it off with a little bit of background about your career. So first off, Sarah, I'm going to start with you. Tell me a little bit about your interest in the hair care, the beauty industry. Like, where did you start? Give us the lowdown.
Yeah, so I actually started as an esthetician. So
Okay.
I went to school first for skincare. I think it was probably my second week in school for an esthetician, and I was longing to be with the hairdressers. So I love skin, I love aesthetics, I love everything about it. But I was like, no, the hairdressers are my people. But I continued on and went to aesthetic and finished it all. And I would say 2 years later, I knew I needed to go back and I went to hair school.
Okay, awesome. I mean, that's fantastic. Both kind of dual roles. You had options coming out, right?
Yes,
But
exactly.
I mean, the hairdressers, they are our people, right? Like you kind of just like, no, I get the vibe.
Yeah, it's like they would walk by the classroom and
You're
I'm
like,
like, I
oh,
want to be with the hairdressers.
that's
Those
so
are my
fun.
people.
Yeah. All right, Kelly, tell us about your story.
Sure. So I actually went to a technical high school. So
Oh,
I
cool.
went to cosmetology school during my high school education.
Love that.
So I dove in really young, but I was really blessed that when I went through high school, I graduated high school with my high school diploma, but also with my cosmetology license.
Wow.
And I
Okay.
started working in salons when I was 17.
Okay.
Wow.
That was the mid 90s. It was a little wild. So you just got a license and they had you start taking walk-ins. So my first salon owner called
Dang.
my high school and said, I need a new hairdresser. Send me whoever you have that is good and cute. So I was the good and
Oh,
cute of 1996.
dang. And 96 was a time to be alive. I was alive. I love the joke, like, I'm from the 1900s, and here we are. We were, you were thriving in 96.
I
Yes.
was.
I wonder why there aren't more of those opportunities now. Because can you imagine to have that kind of duality of just getting your license coming out, even if it's something you do while you then attend more schooling or you start your career
Yeah.
early? It's really cool.
It is really cool. I did go to college for 2 years and quickly
Yeah.
realized that I loved working in the salon and that
Awesome.
a college education was not for me. But while I was in school, one of those years I was away for college and I gave
Okay.
haircuts on campus and that's how I made
Great.
money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
I
need
mean,
to
it's
be
so
with the
smart.
hairdressers, right? You knew you
Yeah.
needed to be with the hairdressers.
I
I
love
really
it.
did.
Okay, tell me about your involvement with Kevin Murphy. Kelly, do you want to keep rolling on that?
Sure. So I opened my own salon in 2012. Not long after becoming a salon owner, I was introduced to Kevin Murphy as the brand. I brought the products into my salon, and the brand was still really young in its education group at that time.
Okay.
So I had gone to a class, attending a class as as a stylist. And at the end of class, they said, if anyone is looking to become an educator, we'd love to have a conversation. So that's where it all began for me.
I
So
love that.
yeah.
I love it. Sarah, what about you? What was your journey after your dual class studies as well?
Yeah. So when my like sort of main job that I had when I worked as an esthetician was
Yeah.
at a salon, I wasn't really doing skincare. I was doing waxing and eyelash extensions. So it was like really when eyelash extensions were kind of first hitting the
Mhm.
world, and there was a lot of craze behind it, and it was really fun. But again, I knew I wanted to be with the hairdresser. So I was actually lucky enough, like at the salon, the owner of the salon I worked at, educated for a brand.
Okay.
And I remember just being like, wow, like I want to do that. So I went to
So
beauty
cool.
school with the intention of being in education. Like that was
Oh, wow.
my goal when attending beauty school. So we were a very early salon, kind of like Kelly, to bring on Kevin Murphy. And this
Okay.
was probably like 2008-ish
Okay.
or so. So very early on, and kind of the same thing. They were, I feel like they were just taking warm bodies at the time. So they just needed to fill spaces. And so I put my hand up after a class, just like Kelly, and I
Oh
was
my
like, I
gosh.
should do this. This sounds really cool. I connected with the brand right away. In my very, very first class I took, I knew I was like, this is it. This is where I want to be. So
Wow.
that would, was 16-ish years ago that
Yeah.
that kind of happened. So been along for a long journey with Kevin Murphy.
I like that. I feel like both of you have like strong intentions. Like, you want it, you see it, you get it, you raise your hand, right?
Yeah.
So far of what we've uncovered.
Yeah.
Which one of you want to talk to me a little bit about what makes Kevin Murphy different? Like, Sarah, I guess I'll point this to you because you knew you wanted to be part of the brand. Like, what was it?
So in, 2008, like when we think about that era of what hair looked like and hairdressing looked like,
Yeah.
when Kevin Murphy came on the scene, it was something so incredibly different than
Okay.
what we were normally seeing. So, in 2008, we were all flat ironing our hair into the very last inch of its life. And very, whether you needed it or not, we were putting a flat iron to our hair, and everything, the aesthetic just around it looked really different. And I remember working, there was a lot of pushing boundaries with haircuts and models and education and stuff like that. And when Kevin Murphy came on the scene, or when I was first introduced to Kevin Murphy, it was just really pretty hair. Like it was hair that was just beautiful, and the imagery really spoke to me, and just everything looked like a magazine cover instead of the little like clip art that we would cut out of magazines in the 90s and early 2000s. And so it was just something that looked so different. And I've always been like, I had hippie parents. We recycled when no one else was recycling. I'm from Nebraska. No one still was,
No one is. I'm too from Iowa. And so, yes,
okay,
I
yeah, we're
understand
neighbors.
it.
Yeah. And so the idea in that first class that I took, the idea that we could have something so beautiful and so fashionable while still making a small footprint, I was like, oh, it's like having your cake and eating it too.
Yeah.
And that's something I thought that was just so incredibly special about the brand. And I've really been, that's just kind of been the story and what's kept me or attached me to it this whole time.
Amazing. And then Kelly, why did you initially bring the product into your salon? What made it different for you?
Yeah, so I was introduced to the brand. I'd never heard of it before.
Okay.
But one of the first things that the sales consultant that started calling on me she led with education, which I'm super driven by education. I always have said that I'm very nosy. I want to know all the things, but in a very positive way. So that was really important to me. And then when I found out the brand was cruelty-free, around that, 2010, 2012, it wasn't that important to brands to carry those PETA bunny ears and to be cruelty free. And that's really important to me personally. I have a lot of pets. They are almost all rescues. People are always shocked by the fact that I tell them that in my home, I have 3 dogs. They are large dogs. I have 6 cats. I have 2 litter raised rabbits. So, and they all live in my home. They are all rescues except for my big dog, whose name is actually Kevin.
I was going to bring it up if you did it.
Amazing. Was that a coincidence?
So yeah, everyone thinks that it was a reference to Kevin Murphy. It really is not.
Okay, shoot.
Kevin is a 100-pound Rottweiler. And when we were, and I always say, I'm like, don't tell my husband, but he's the love of my life, that dog. But when
it happens,
it does. When we met Kevin, we knew we wanted him to have a human name.
Okay.
So me and my husband were just tossing around names, and I said Kevin, and we just started laughing so loud, and he's a Kevin. So
that's awesome.
So Kevin, Kyle, and Jasmine are my dogs. So that cruelty-free aspect really attracted me to the brand above and beyond the education in the beginning.
I love that. Why do you think stylists want to work with Kevin Murphy?
I think one of the things is the packaging, right? We're all I'm a sucker for packaging. I think like being in the beauty business, we are like sort of suckers for aesthetics. And I think just when you look at everything that we do, down to the fonts are always really beautiful. The packaging's beautiful. Like the product itself is beautiful. Yep. So there's something that I think really attracts us to the beauty of the brand. Okay. But if we think about like Kevin Murphy, our core principles are fashion, performance, and environment, right? Like those are the things that we really focus on and that attract a lot of people to the brand. Is one of those things just sort of really sticks out to you. But I will always say, and maybe I think Kelly, you'd probably agree with me, at the end of the day, the performance is what really, really sticks to a hairdresser because for the first time when I started using Kevin Murphy, I always thought I had bad hair, right? Like I have bad hair. I have flat, fine, stuck to my head, bad hair. As a little kid, my brother used to call me mop head. So when I went to hair school, my family was like, really? And it turns out I didn't have bad hair. I just didn't have the right product. I didn't have the right ingredients. I didn't have the right methods. And so for the first time, even using, professional shampoos or things like that, I didn't get the performance. And the first time I used Kevin Murphy, I was like, oh, who is she? Right? Like it was such a marked difference than anything else I'd ever had like on my head. And I think for hairdressers, when we're standing behind something and saying like to our clients, like this is going to work for you, or this is going to change the game, or this is going to help solve an issue that you have, we have to know that like, it's real. Like we're speaking the truth when we do it. Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm dying to know, what is your favorite Kevin Murphy product? What can it take mop head to? Like what?
It ebbs and flows throughout the years and through our time and what the color of my hair or if extensions, it all changes. Okay. But I would say hands down, my probably favorite product is our repair, wash, and rinse.
Okay.
So, right? It's not even a volumizing product, but it's a protein-based product. And sometimes, like this is my favorite subject, so I'm going to probably go off on a bit of a tangent. Sometimes I think when it comes to, we know hair is 97% protein. but we can be very afraid of recommending protein products because of adverse effects. So the way that ours is designed, and I won't really get into like maybe the ingredients around it, but it's not possible to over proteinize your hair. So for someone, I have pretty fine, brittle hair, like it makes my hair stronger. So I'm able to get healthier, wonderful hair, even using it as an everyday product. So probably hands down, I would say Repair Wash and Rinse is my favorite because it's made a difference for myself.
Amazing. I love that. Kelly, do you have a favorite?
I do. So I have two.
Okay.
You know, if I was stranded on an island and needed two things that I would never ever go without,
Yes.
the top of the list for me is Young Again.
Okay.
The Young Again treatment oil is by far my favorite product. I think that it makes the hair feel amazing. It is, even though my hair is quite fine, because it's long, my hair is a lot of life. It needs some of those like antioxidants to keep it like soft and manageable. And then the fact that it's a 450 heat protectant, like it's just the cherry on top. But Young Again is my, if I had to have anything, that would be the one. And really second to that is Maxi Wash. I never knew that I should be exfoliating my hair until I started exfoliating my hair.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And even other people in my life, when I've really pushed them to use Maxi Wash once a week, almost always I get a text message of like, you have changed my hair life. This is amazing. Because I think we take for granted that everything lands on our hair. Life, dirt, dust, smog, products, excess oil. And when we don't exfoliate that buildup, nothing else we put on our hair can be as effective. So Young Again and Maxi Wash are my must-have.
I'm going to be adding to cart because I can't have it. All right, let's talk about distribution. So Kevin Murphy Mid-Atlantic, for listeners who may not know, tell us what Kevin Murphy Mid-Atlantic is. How does it fit into the larger business brand ecosystem?
Kelly, I think you are the expert to take this one, to start this one off.
Sure. So Kevin Murphy Mid-Atlantic is Kevin Murphy's first, say, foray or ownership of a distributor here in the US. They do own distribution in other parts of the world, but one of the Kevin Murphy's distribution partners that they had partnered with for a very, very long time, that was previously called Beauty Scope. The owners of Beauty Scope, Steve and Heidi Katz, were looking to sell their business. They were both wanting to retire and looking to sell their business. And Peter McDonald, who, you know, is the fearless leader of Kevin Murphy, what he shared with me is that they really got interested in owning the distribution for two reasons. One, he wanted to be able to control the narrative in that area of the US. And also he really felt that it was the best way to learn United States distribution was to have all hands on deck and own a distributor here in North America, because North America does business in a very, very different way than other parts of the world and other countries that Kevin Murphy does, you know, have an ownership of distribution. So that's where it all started. And it's been just a little over 3 years since the actual sale. And every year since that sale, it's kind of been an evolution. But we officially became Kevin Murphy Mid-Atlantic January 1st of 2025.
Okay, so big year.
Yes.
Almost 1 year in. I mean, I feel like we're rounding it out. Why is it important to have a regional distributor partner? Like, why is that important to the brand? Why is it important to stylists?
Yeah, I would say coming from like the manufacturer side of this, I think for us, it's been being able to, you know, we have like wild harebrained ideas, or we have like crazy things sometimes that we want to do, or we want to try in education and sales and marketing. And I think for us having that partnership, now I wouldn't even call it a partnership anymore with Kevin Murphy Mid-Atlantic, because we're the same company now, but having that relationship, I think between us both allows us to be able to sometimes push the boundaries a little bit on what we're going to do, because there's really a strong, very, very strong mutual goal between what we're trying to achieve. And I think we have that with a lot of our distributor partners, but it's very special when it comes to like the relationship with Kevin Murphy Group and Kevin Murphy Mid-Atlantic, because Kevin Murphy is our goal. Like it's our number one goal.
Yeah.
It is the brand itself. And so we're like, oh, we can try this, or we can try new things, and we can test things, and we can see what a really highly trained sales team in Kevin Murphy
Yeah.
looks like and how they function. And so it's gave us so many learnings together on the way that we can just sort of do business throughout the rest of the country.
Do you have the boots on the ground sales team?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, see, isn't that an interesting thought today? I mean, I remember my mom it would be like the best day when her rep would come and all the new products and innovations. And I think from a distributor perspective, broad scale, it's
Yeah.
really missed, right? That connection.
Well, in that connection, because I spend a lot of time in the field with our sales.
Okay.
And it's a lot of what I do. And so many salons, especially salons outside of major cities,
Right.
so grateful to have that in-person support. They're so grateful to see someone. So I
Yeah.
think it is a huge point of difference for a boutique distributorship versus a much larger distributor that's moving into stores and away from sales
Right.
consultants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like with all of us that exist right now, we're given hundreds and hundreds of marketing messages thrown at us all day. And, you know, a hairdresser, a salon owner, it's no exception. And so having like a dedicated like sales consultant, like having a dedicated sales salon partner, really helps to clear out the noise. Right. It really helps like be able to deliver a message like, hey, I know all of these things, and this is what's going to fit you the best. It really helps to like narrow down all of these things and exciting, flashy, glittery things that we're thrown at every single day.
And I think even from like a business building perspective, it's like, I know you personally, and I know I'm physically in your space. I can see what would work. I can help you with other business building challenges. I'm sure that the brand brings those opportunities forward too.
Yeah, of course. And Kelly's actually, Kelly, I'll let you answer this because Kelly sort of sits on the line, right? Like she's a bit of education and a bit of sales. So she's like right there. Yeah.
My role is as the brand specialist is quite unique, where I always say that I'm the bridge. I'm the bridge to the brand. I'm the bridge to education. I'm the bridge to sales. And I am a hairdresser. And a previous salon owner. I owned my salon for 12 years. So I think that those salons and building their business, they want to connect with someone that's walked in their shoes. And, roles like mine are really, really important in helping to connect that sales consultant to the salon owner. Because regardless of, how wonderful that sales consultant is, initially that salon owner or that stylist is going to feel sold. And that's never our intention. It's our intention to help. So those roles that bridge sales and education, I think, are really, really important in building those relationships.
I do too. I like to think in some regards, all things that were old are new again. And I think that lost touch of those one-to-one sales reps is a huge advantage that you bring to the table from that boutique distributor, as you mentioned.
Yes.
Yeah. Like imagine what it's like getting like a birthday card in the mail, like how, it was something like advantage granted before, but now that it's a loss, like getting one feels so special, right?
It does. And it's special that you're doing that and still have that model in place. Kelly, as somebody who's leading education and sales, how do you work with them to help them grow from a business perspective when you are walking in a salon and you are the trifecta, or whatever the right word may be, that you are a stylist, all of the different points of differentiation, you bring so much to the table.
Oh, thank you. If I'm visiting a salon, either by myself or with a sales consultant, sometimes I'm meeting with the owner. If I'm meeting with the owner, I always want to know, what do you need? What do you see in your business? How can we help? Because my intention is always to help salon owners, take ownership of their business, really see the benefit in working on their business, not in their business. And then when I connect with stylists, it's also, what are your personal goals? How can I help you? Is it in skill building? Is it in understanding the connection between your success behind the chair and retailing? Because I think that's a real missed opportunity right now in salon. And it's what every salon owner says is, how do I get my stylist to sell more product? And I've really worked hard specifically this year to change the narrative with salon owners and stylists that it's not about selling anything. And when we come from a place of help, and it's always that everyone has hair problems and they come to the salon for that point of connection, but really because they want us to help them solve their hair problems. And most of those problems can't be solved with a cut or a color.
Yeah.
So I think that, you know, the ownership conversation and the stylist conversation sometimes are similar, sometimes can be very, very different, but being able to support all of those people successfully is that bridge between sales and education.
Absolutely. And Sarah, you oversee education across North America. How do you collaborate with distributors, you know, with KMMA to ensure that the stylists are receiving that consistent, high quality, on brand education, no matter where they are in North America?
So, I mean, a million different ways. I would say the biggest thing is there's two things I would say if I were going to pinpoint the two of them. Number one is communication, like communication. And in that, like under that umbrella is proper training, right? So proper training, proper support, all of those things, but just communication. So people understand updates, so people understand tips and tricks. So we have great presentation skills. So we have that thing like with our field education teams, like our local regional educators that exist. And also it's like having people in place that like love and are committed to the same things, right? That we all have that same sort of North Star, like that we're looking at. And it's like the success of the brand, the success of the business. And I think that's where we have success in like that consistency in education is we're all sort of working on the same thing and the people are too. And, you know, the education director at KMMA is incredible. We communicate regularly and really well. We have Kelly like ensuring that consistency. So it's just like having a team in place that believes in a common goal, I think is huge. And it trickles down to our local educators.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge. And then down into sales and boots on the ground too. So it's like, how are there any challenges and opportunities that you're tailoring this global Kevin Murphy education down into the local distributor markets? Have there been any challenges that you've overcome with that?
I mean, a million. Also communication.
Communication.
So, you know, as much as, and like, I feel like it's something that I know that I'm refining constantly is how can I better communicate? Like, what are the things that we can do? We added like text messages to our educators. We've added apps with our DSC teams. Like there's just a million ways to communicate. And it's something that unfortunately, I don't think will ever be perfect, but it's something that we're always striving towards as close to perfect as we can possibly get, is really making sure that we're communicating properly with everyone that's like part of the process. And it's so many people, right, that's involved in the process. So I think the refining the communication, the best that we can is how we overcome most of it. Because there's just, again, so many moving parts that, and so many people, you know, we're making decisions over here and then it goes a little bit of a telephone game as it sort of works its way, to field teams. So we just need to make sure that we're constantly refining that and having the conversations again and again and again to make sure that the message is clear about what we need to do in education.
Yeah, that's great. And Kelly, last one on distributorship. KMMA represents other brands in addition to Kevin Murphy. Why is that important to Kevin Murphy and to KMMA?
Yeah, so I think as a boutique distributor, we have, you know, for our distribution territory, which is essentially Delaware through South Carolina, it's a fairly large territory. And I believe at this time we have 20 sales consultants through that entire area. So the sales consultants do have a fairly large territory, but as a distributor, like recognizing that salons want choice. It's very, very rare when you walk into a salon or any business that they are truly a concept and only have one thing. I personally love Kevin Murphy product. I don't really veer from my favorites, right? However, we as humans do like to try new things. We also can't take for granted that Kevin Murphy is for everyone. So having other brands that have a similar goal in connecting with professional stylists and, being professional salon facing versus consumer facing, the brands that we represent really are supporting that overall goal and giving salons choice and having different price points and retail. Also, a big part of that connection is supporting your salon full circle with things like sundries,
Fair.
Foils aren't exciting, but although Lamar has made them exciting with all
They really have,
right? But we need them. Whether you're using a fun print or just a regular silver foil, we need them. They're necessary to do business. So the more that we can do in a single sales consultant that can support a salon from a greater, market share, essentially, the easier we're taking things off of the salon owner's plate by making it so they only have to connect with one sales consultant as opposed to multiple. And also being able to expand into other things outside of just hair care, I think is just important to the overall business.
All right. Love it. Okay. Now we're going to talk about Hair's the Thing tour.
Hey.
I love that. I had to read it a couple times. I was like, am I saying that right?
Yeah.
What is Hair's the Thing tour? Let's hear it.
So I'll start on this one because this has been consuming, I would
your
say,
life? No.
70 of my life for quite some time, most of this year. But Here's the Thing came from, or the idea of a tour, what it is it's bringing Kevin into 13 stops across North America in a small, intimate setting. So why this is special is Kevin has been in North America. It was at 2023, Kelly, the last time Kevin was here before the tour. He was here in 2023 for one of our really big shows. So we would do these huge shows. We have 2,000 hairdressers there, and it's incredible to see Kevin, but we don't always have that same connection when you're sharing the space with 2,000 people.
For sure.
And so we were looking at how do we bring Kevin, we celebrated 20 years as a brand, and it was like the perfect time to bring Kevin back into the market, to put him in front of hairdressers, to connect that Kevin Murphy is a brand built by a man named Kevin Murphy.
Like an actual person.
Yes.
Not Kelly's dog, Kevin.
Not Kelly's dog, Kevin, but Kevin Murphy, the Australian man, is doing this. And so it's kind of like those, the MTV Unplugged that, kind of happened back in the 90s for us. It's sort of that idea where we can bring Kevin into more intimate settings. So there's no stage. It's literally chairs pushed up as close as we can possibly be. Photo ops with Kevin, just talking about the brand. Kevin and I do a 20 questions thing so people can understand where he started and who he is, where he came from, and what that lesson can mean to them. And so it really is just more of this intimate setting of thank you for being our customer. This is who we are. And this is what we want to give you kind of moment. Yeah.
I love that. What are some of the markets you're hitting? If listeners are saying, wait, can I go? How do they, can they? How does this work?
So this is actually quite perfect because we have 5 more shows. So we're only just about halfway done. So we have 5 more shows. Our next stop is Kansas City, Missouri. Then we're heading to Philadelphia. That show is sold out, but we're heading to Philadelphia. We'll be in DC, which is in Kelly's neighborhood. So that is our collaboration with Kevin Murphy Mid-Atlantic in DC. So that's a great one to go to. Then Chicago and Edmonton. So
awesome. Making a
We're
final loop. I like it.
Making a final loop. Yes. So
all right. Love that. Let's talk a little bit about marketing. I want to know about the Session Salon program. Who wants to take that one?
Yeah, I'll start, and I think Kelly will sort of tag team this one.
Sure.
So Session Salon's actually such a special, incredible program that we have at Kevin Murphy. It's something I think it's sort of been a bit of a hidden secret, or we always called it a mythical unicorn in a way, because we always knew what Session Salon or heard of Session Salon, but until you're in the program or part of the program, you don't really know what it is. So we have been trying to kind of take some of those walls down a little bit and make it a little bit more accessible to everyone. But it is a sales, education, and communication program. At its heart, that's what it is. But it's designed for the hairdresser behind the chair.
Okay.
So a lot of times we have like a sales program or a business program that are for salon owners or business owners, which is incredibly needed. It's the thing and the inspiration that we need. But what about the hairdresser that's working behind the chair? Right? Because
Right.
how do they, like, what are the key points that they need to become successful behind the chair? We're not talking balancing books and numbers and like reports and stuff. We're talking about what are the things that you need that aren't just hairdressing in order to have a really successful business behind the chair. But what we do to make it fun and interesting and exciting and challenging and engaging is we mirror it off a metaphor of working backstage at Fashion Week. So
Oh,
like,
cool.
that's fun. That's exciting, right?
Yeah.
Like it's backstage at Fashion Week. It's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, if I'm
Uh-huh.
going to be honest, but
Mhm.
it is also fun and exciting and rewarding and all of those things as well. But we sort of mirror this idea of like the things that we need backstage at Fashion Week are similar to the things that you need in the chair. And the heart of all of it is communication.
Yeah.
But to present it as saying like, hey, we have a 4-part communication course that we want you
Oh,
to
yeah.
take.
Right.
Like it sounds like a massive snooze fest, right? So we have to do things like doing backstage ponytails, like what happens on, you know, how do we set up for a photo shoot? Like we use those metaphors and some of those activities of creativity to learn those lessons. So like you're getting those lessons, but you're doing it in a fun, exciting, like engaging, challenging way. Yeah.
I love that because hairdressers still want to be hands-on versus sitting in a classroom, right? And having somebody talk at you. And all those soft skills are so important, as you mentioned, to build, like, to have a referral-based business, to sell more retail, to talk about hair thinning and loss, all the different things that you might not think about. What are some of the most powerful lessons from that editorial world that you see really transform a stylist's work when they're behind the chair? Like, what are you teaching them that you're like, it clicked?
Yeah, I think I'll say, I've said it 1,000 times, but again, communication.
Yeah. Yeah.
The idea came from actually like Peter and Kevin are founders. So Peter McDonald, as Kelly mentioned earlier, he's our CEO, and him and Kevin founded the brand together.
Okay.
But they were in a bit of a conversation about like what makes a good hairdresser, like what makes a good hairdresser. I think we can all agree that being really proficient in technical skills is a given. Right? Like you have to be able to do a solid haircut. You have to deliver really great colors to your clients. But sometimes we would find, and I don't know if you had the same, but the busiest stylists in the salon aren't always the best technical hairdressers.
For sure. Yeah.
They're the best communicators.
Yeah.
So that's communicating in client needs. That's communicating in how people are feeling when they're leaving the chair, like how they're doing that. So I think once we get that message across, that really is a huge game changer for hairdressers and how they proceed with their business after they graduate from session salon.
Yeah, that's such a good point because even if you're like, I don't know, should it have been shorter? Is it the right color? But you're like, I love my stylist. Like, we're going to talk. She gets me. I'm never leaving. And so maybe even some of those imperfect or not perfect technical skills can be overcome by the great communication skills too. Such a good point. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think that connection from editorial work to what happens in the salon, stylists think that there's worlds apart.
Yeah.
But really the biggest takeaway when we are in session salon doing like our backstage day, I think the biggest takeaway are the connections to the salon and how leaving your ego at the door is very important. You know, working alongside of your fellow, you know, stylists to help when they are in the weeds. You know, all of those very basic skills of just being open to try new things, you know, leaving that ego at the door, jumping in to help when someone needs help, taking direction from others. All of that is editorial world that leads directly into the salon. And when people in session salon make that connection, it is a really, really interesting, like, aha moment for them to realize that, like Sarah said, the technical skill is, you know, it's a must have. We all need to know how to cut and color and style hair proficiently, but the most successful stylists are the ones that are the best communicators.
Yeah.
I love that.
I think also, Kelly, it makes me think about something is that I see with session salon graduates also is the confidence. like the confidence just they have in having tough conversations with clients, like in recommendation, in like sort of doing those things, but just the confidence in recommending products, because giving them new language to be able to speak, and confidence in like how incredible it is to be a hairdresser. Because sometimes I think when we think about working backstage at Fashion Week or working for Vogue on an editorial shoot, that feels like that's it. That's when I know I've made it.
Yeah.
But we want in Session Salon hairdressers to actually take a step back and be like, you're already doing these things.
Yeah.
Like we have a runway like at Fashion Week that we're making or creating or working on, but like, your clients are your models. The world is your runway. Like, let's really like,
that's a good point.
What it is that you're leveling up every single day. So I think it also that confidence, but it also makes people really proud of being a hairdresser.
Yeah. And that is one thing, one soapbox I will always stand on. And the tease, one of the reasons we founded the tease is to elevate the pros.
Yeah.
Is to elevate our industry. We want everyone from your grandfather to your guidance counselor to know that this is an incredible, viable industry with so many different paths. So I love that communication and that confidence then comes through to the clients as well. And they're thinking, this is a pretty kick-ass career and job. And like, so it's a big sticking point of us. What about peer connections? Like when the stylists are there, how do they grow each other from a peer perspective? Have you seen that happen and unfold?
Yeah. I'll let you take this, Kelly.
Yeah, no, I think that peer connection is a really important part of the program. And one thing that stands out about the program is we only allow one stylist per salon to attend at a time.
Oh, smart.
So they are truly with their peers and they are not, so many stylists take classes together. They sit together. They stay in that really comfortable peer circle. Education, because stepping outside of your comfort zone leaves you vulnerable and is very scary. So in salon, they're entering by themselves, with 10, 12, maybe 15 stylists that they've never met before, or they've met in passing. So that peer-to-peer connection, people have to open up. And in some ways it's easier to be a little bit more vulnerable with a group of people that don't know you.
Right.
But it opens us up to new possibilities. And then that person brings that confidence and that information back to the salon. And then they essentially kind of become that Kevin Murphy ambassador. And then in the hopes that they inspire someone else in the salon to attend Session Salon the next year. So it's that peer connection is really, really important in connecting with stylists that they don't know or see on a daily basis.
And they get paired up. You have to work and collaborate with someone you don't know. Like you have to do all these things.
That's their push. I mean, it's a push. Okay, Sarah, what excites you about the future for Session Salon? Like, where are we going? What's the journey?
So I think of all of these things that are so special about Session Salon, because it's such an incredibly special program, but the one thing that is so important for the brand is, or for the program, is that it always mirrors what the salon looks like today.
Okay.
So if we took a look at what Session Salon looked like in 2018, the program is completely flipped on its head. It looks different, right? Like nothing's the same. None of us are the same. But so what we do kind of with the program is we look at it every single year. Every year it gets like a bit of an upgrade, a bit of a facelift, a bit of a movement. And I would say every other year it gets an overhaul. So we look at everything and say, does this still make sense to what a hairdresser is experiencing right now? Okay. Like, is this still relevant? Is this still what a hairdresser needs? So with Session Salon, if you took it 6 years ago, you can absolutely take the program again. Okay, because it's going to, it's different. It's on its head. It's completely like turned upside down because it has to mirror what's happening in reality today. Yeah. For the hairdresser, for the economy, for the environment, like for everything sort of around us. Yeah. And so I think that's what's so exciting is that it's very, this like sort of movable, moving like ecosystem of a program that just always moves to what's happening. So it just always stays really relevant.
I love that. Yeah. Okay. We've got a little product launch we want to talk about. Night Shift.
Yay.
What is the Night Shift product launch?
So Night Shift is an overnight hair serum. Oh. So why it's special? So it's a hydrating serum. that it's hyaluronic acid, which we know is an incredible hydrating product that we use in our skin.
Yeah.
Biotin to add strength and to make the hair grow. So these incredible, like, beautiful ingredients. We have kakadu plum, which has 60 times more vitamin C than an orange. So it's this possibility or this opportunity for us to hydrate and treat our hair while we sleep. So we call it, it's an overnight success, which I think is
Cute.
such a cute little tagline around the product. But it really fits in because we think about, for us as, I don't know, for me as a hairdresser, like a mask, I would love to say that I'm going to sit there with a mask on my hair, but it's on for 35 seconds and it feels like 20 minutes, but we're like, let's see what you're made of, you know?
It's so true. Yeah.
Yeah. It's for us, like, as busy, like, stylists, but as busy people, like, out in the world, we're always moving, we're always doing things. We have, you know, all these laundry lists of things that we need to do. So it's about taking care of ourselves in the time that we have, and that's overnight. And I think with, you know, sleeping in bonnets for protecting curly hairstyles, for overnight heatless curling techniques, it's the perfect like sister to go along with those. And we're also like getting the healthiest, like, hydrated, beautiful hair that we wake up with, and doing a bit of a double duty.
Love that. Kelly, what's the response been from stylists and salons when you've introduced the product?
Yeah, it's been really, really exciting. It just recently landed at KEVIN.MURPHY Mid-Atlantic. Last week when I was in the field, I had my night shift tester and some sachets. And at first everyone was like, oh, an overnight serum, what is that? So we had that conversation, all the points of conversation that Sarah just shared, you know, that the product is working the night shift, that you're going to get that really deep hydration overnight when you're sleeping with no effort, no time taken out of your day. But I think what really makes the product special is when you get it in people's hands, it is so weightless. It absorbs almost immediately into your hair, even your skin. You know, you put a little bit on the top of your hand and there's no oiliness or greasiness or stickiness that's left behind. So, you know, it's been really fun. And as soon as you say hyaluronic acid, everyone,
well, I get it. Yeah.
You know, immediately they want that sachet, right? They're like, I need that. I must have it. You know, in salons, I think stylists love a product that if they get behind it and they're excited about it, they just can't help but talk about it to everyone.
For sure. Yeah.
And night shift as an overnight serum is quite special that you can do that, like, overnight hydration. But I've really found that I love it in my hair damp as a detangler. I love it in my hair when I'm pulling it back. And I live in South Carolina. It is really hot and really humid all the time. So to lay down flyaways and reduce frizz, it's been the perfect product with no crunch. I think it's so much more than an overnight hydrator.
Okay.
Yeah,
love that.
I would say so too. Like, it, you know, you start a hairdresser, we love to break the rules, right? So we start using it in other places and other opportunities during the day, just to, like, refresh our ends and get a bit of hydration throughout there at any time that you need it. Yeah.
Sarah's in Salt Lake City, which is like the driest place on the planet.
Yes.
So, you know, typically we'll go out there once a year for our annual training, and everyone has humidifiers in their hotel room. And we needed night shift years ago, Sarah, for our
I know, exactly.
I love that. How did the team prepare for the launch? I mean, because it's a biggie, and then educating the stylist, you touched on that, Kelly, a little bit, but where did you start with that?
Where do we start? So we start like ages ago. I feel night shift. I mean, it literally launched on the 1st, right? Okay. And I feel like we've been talking about it now forever, right? Like, I'm like, oh, this product has been around for months now. No, I think one of the first things that we do is to enlist our key team in to help. So our keys are our local educators throughout North America. We have about 185 educators that live between Canada, the US, and Mexico.
Okay.
So we have this team of dedicated, passionate hairdressers.
Yeah.
So we enlist their help. So we have a product or a program for our educators called Sample Me.
Okay.
And probably about 3 months before the product launches, you know, if all the stars align, we send out a sample to our educators and ask them for feedback. So we get before and afters. Perfect. We get unboxing videos, we get success stories. And then from that, we actually start to learn new ways to use the product, like things like here's the intended use. But again, hairdressers, we love to
Like
break the rules.
Kelly. Yeah.
Hi,
She's
Kelly.
on her ends. Like,
So yeah. So then we have this like team of hairdressers that have had the product
Smart.
now for 3 months. They've been using it. They've tried every single which way to like use the product. Most of them were like,
Okay.
when can we get another sample? It's already gone. I'm like, I
Oh.
don't know. Yeah. And so that's the biggest, I think the biggest push that we have from an education standpoint is getting the product in the hands of our educators as soon as we possibly can. So when they're going out, they've had and teaching the product now in September, they've already had the product for 3 months.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're comfortable. Yeah.
They're comfortable. They've tested, they've tried every single which way to do it. They got tips and tricks and stories and successes behind it, which becomes so helpful.
So helpful.
And it gives us some social media content.
Love that. Ladies, this has been fantastic. I love your energy. It's so great. I can tell you're super, super passionate about the brand. And I've got some new products I need to check out, and I need the night shift too. Tell us where we can get the product. Tell us where we can learn more about all of the whole product line. Let us have it.
Well, I would say if you're within Delaware through South Carolina, then
We know where we're going. Yeah.
Oh, Kelly.
So if you're within the Kevin Murphy Mid-Atlantic distribution territory, you know, we are more than happy to get product in your hand, but the Kevin Murphy website has a really amazing, essentially for professionals, a salon or a stylist that is interested in Kevin Murphy professionally can log on and ask for more information, and that will connect them to whatever their distributor for their area is. Yeah.
Fantastic.
We also have an education app for hairdressers in the room as well. So for people who carry Kevin Murphy, it's called Connect. So it's a really great like education app. You just get a code through your distribution to be able to use it. But that's a really great resource to learn more about the products as a hairdresser.
Love it. Okay, we're going to bounce these off you. We have a little something we call the Tease Quick Takes. And you know what? I'm going to start with you, Kelly. Okay. What is the craziest styling request that you've ever received from a client?
Oh, when I was working in the salon on Halloween Day, a young guy walked into the salon and asked if we could style his hair for his Halloween party that evening. And he was going as Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Yes.
If you remember Jim Carrey and that hair.
Yes, so good.
So I immediately, and I want to say he probably walked in 30 minutes before the salon was closed, and I was getting ready to close on a Saturday, and I was so into it that a lot of fun. So that was a really outside of the box, super fun and creative, and he was so just all in that was really, really fun.
That's awesome. Okay, Sarah, I feel like you can get in the zone easy. Like you're in it. What is your go-to song, playlist, or podcast that you listen to when you're in the zone when you're working?
Yeah, so I have such a deep, massive love for music from the 70s.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Yes, sometimes I feel like I am an old man, but I love the Eagles. So
I mean, who doesn't? I mean,
who doesn't, right?
I mean,
so but I do like actually like a 70s like rock hits is a music if I'm cleaning, if I'm, doing mannequin heads, if I'm, prepping for something, it is like a genre that I will always kind of fall back on all of the time. Yeah.
I think, Sarah, is that because of your childhood, your parents?
It has to be.
Yeah. All right, Kelly, what bucket list item do you want to cross off next? Oh, this is a deep one. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a deep one. I feel like recently I've had a lot of change. We relocated to South Carolina last October, and that was a huge bucket list thing for
great
family, just to get out of the snow. I was born and raised in New England, but I'm a terrible New Englander. So, a real huge goal for my adult life was to move to the beach, and we made that happen last October.
All right, we'll take that. We'll take that.
So I feel like I just achieved what was a huge bucket list item.
I love that.
Recently. So I'm still reveling in the fact that when I am home and not traveling, I walk Ocean Boulevard with my dogs every day. I can go to the beach in 3 minutes. So I'm just trying to be present in that.
I love that.
Brilliant.
Fabulous. Okay, Sarah, what is a current social media trend that you just don't understand? It has to go.
I feel like it's a bit of a cop-out, and I don't think it's going to go. But honestly, like just the straight up haterism on social media.
Right.
I was actually recording a podcast yesterday with some of our partners from Mastermind Beauty. So they are you familiar?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So we were doing a podcast, and
Oh.
one of the girls from Mastermind has a reel going viral right now, and it's a thing. And it's just like the haters on it. I'm like, oh, you made it, right? That's that mark of you hate. You made it. But I'm like,
right.
She's always like sharing like great tips and tricks and like wonderful things for people. And I'm like, can we just like stop?
I know.
Like,
I know.
Just stop with the haterism. Like,
all right. We're gonna cancel the haters.
We're canceling haters.
Yeah,
like
they're out.
Let's do it.
All right, last one, and your choice. Who wants to answer? If you could have an unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life, what would you pick?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Oh, Kelly,
I love it. All right, Kelly, got it. Sarah, besides 70s music, what would you pick?
I feel like I'm very uncreative in this right now. Like my mind immediately goes to like repair, wash, and rinse, but I feel like that's kind of a lame answer.
No, it's fine. Everybody picks something different. The most charming response I've ever heard was love.
Oh, how nice is that?
I know. You can
I'm going with that one. Yeah, let's steal
away. All right.
Yes.
All the love, cancel the haters. Off we go.
All the love and ice cream.
I love this. Yes. Well, again, ladies, thank you so much for your time. This has been a true pleasure getting to know you, getting to know and share all of your hard work with the brand, with the distributorship. So congrats on all of your success. And thanks for joining us.
Yes. Thank you for having us.
All right, Jeff, I think I could have talked to these ladies forever. I mean, we were just like bing, bang. They were so great, so fun. I learned so much. I love the brand's approach to distributorship as well. And so thanks to Kelly and Sarah for joining me. Be sure to hit subscribe, rate and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send in questions to volumeup@thetease.com.
Volume Up's a Tease Media production. This episode was produced by Monica Hickey and Madeline Hickey. James Audebach is our editor and audio engineer. Thank you to our creative team for the custom Volume Up theme song and for putting together the graphics and videos for this episode.